What's good, Slim? Hey, are you a barber and your cuts just ass and you don't know why? Well, look, I'm about to show you step by step how to cut. If you can't do it after this, bruh, barbering just not for you. Alright, look, so as always, you want to comb his hair out, comb them waves out. And as you can see, this man has been woofing for a couple months at least, minimum. It looked like he been brushing somewhat, so I mean, he did a good job of woofing, I guess. So you want to make sure you comb the hair out, lift the hair up as much as possible, because this is going to help you cut through the waves evenly. If you try to cut through it without combing it, you're not going to get an even cut. So I'm combing all the hair with the grain. I mean, at this point, you can just comb it out anyway, honestly. But yeah, I'm combing it out with the grain, as you can see. And then I'm going to just go ahead and dig right in with our 2-guard. I know he wanted to bring this down to a 2-guard because that's the length that he always get after he woof for a while. And you don't want to cut it too low, because then you're going to cut his waves off and it's going to be like he did all that woofing for nothing. So when somebody woofing, bro, I don't care what they say. If they come in and be like, man, I want it down to a 1. Do not cut it down to a 1. They be thinking they know what they talking about, but I promise you, they don't. So when you got a wave of coming in that's woofing, cut it down to a 2. Show him how it look, and then if he say he wanted lower, then go ahead and tell him like, look, if I cut it down low, it's possible that your waves not gonna be as as deep. You gotta explain these type of things too, because if you just do it, then give them the mirror and they don't like it, then it's gonna be a problem. But if you explain this, if you explain this to them beforehand, it won't be a problem. But I'm telling you, cut it down to a 2, bro. Don't cut it lower than that. But as you can see, I mean, he been brushing a little bit, because as I'm combing it down, his wave's still in there. Now, if somebody been woofing and you cutting it down with a 2 and he don't got waves, that's because he wasn't brushing while he was woofing. That's not on you at that point. Like, bro, I cut it down deep enough. I left it dark enough so your waves should be popping. So if they not, then he wasn't brushing. And most of the time, you will see people just mostly have waves at the top because they don't brush their entire head, and especially, or at sometimes they brush their hair, but they not brushing it in the right direction. So the waves won't be coming in on the sides or something. So if you got a client and he got waves everywhere, but it's not on his side, just let him know like you might not be brushing that side in the right direction. Or if you are, you gotta brush a lot more because you're trying to get the hair to go in a position that is normally not that it normally doesn't grow. And guys, I'm doing this voiceover all the way through with no edits. Cause one thing about editing videos, bro, you trying to get everything perfect with the voiceover, bro. You'll be doing the voiceover for an hour on top of the length of the video, just how many times you keep redoing it. So I'm gonna do this voiceover all the way through. If I mess up, I'm gonna just keep going. But now that I got everything even, we're gonna go into the neck fade. I'm gonna start the neck fade out like I always do. Any other fade like you should be doing too, which is setting in that ball line. I had to position the camera correctly, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna go in and set that ball line in right now. When you set that ball line in, especially in the neck area, you don't want to your clipper in I don't care where you using your trimmers at. Your trimmer shouldn't be so sharp to where they cut in the client. In the neck area or the nape area, it's an easy place to cut or scratch your client at. So just make sure you got some comfortable trimmers, guys, because that'll actually make a client not come back. Your clippers being too sharp and you cutting the skin. So yeah, I mean, we all have done it, of course, but I'm just saying, just try to be careful of doing that. But yeah, we set that ball line in, and Yeah, we just gonna clean up that area. And now, guys, I brought his head down with a 2. So I'm gonna take that 2 guard open lever and just scoop out that area and just debulk the area some. Whatever guard I bring it down with, I just use that guard open to debulk the area. But if you scoop out, you won't create a line. But if you just jab straight at it, you won't create a line. So make sure you're scooping out at the end and just combing the hair so you can see. Especially when someone has waves, you gotta keep combing it so the hair can lay in the right place. It'll look like it's a light spot, but the hair just not combed in the right direction. But yeah, you can go with the grain and against it because, of course, that's the same God that I brought the rest of his hair down with. And I'm also going to try to talk as much as I can through this video just so I can try to explain everything that I'm doing. Because when I'm recording a video, I'm just cutting. I'm not really thinking so much about like what I'm going to say while I'm cutting. So yeah, I'm going to try to explain everything as much as possible. So now I'm just going in with that 1.5 guard open and I'm continuing to debulk, but I'm just standing a little bit lower than I did with that 2 guard. And that's just going to lighten up the area a little bit more. Remember, none of these guards here I'm trying to fade the line out with. I'm just fading the top area and like, connecting the dark area to the fade area. And if you set it up like this, your fade's gonna come out a lot better. Don't just go in setting in guidelines and you having to debulk the areas first. I don't care which side of the fade. I'm gonna show you that you gotta debulk first because it's gonna make it a lot easier and the process is gonna go a lot smoother. So after we use that 1.5 guard, now I'm putting on that 1 guard, and I'm gonna start open and close it slowly but surely, using the same motions. And I'm just not going up to the 2 line. Like the 2, I was going all into the dark area. With that 1, I'm staying below that line just to clean it up. And now I know that I don't have to come back with my 1 guard only just to clean up some things once I set in that no guard, that lever open. I still haven't put that line in yet because I'm still debulking. And this is how you want to fade like softer hair. You don't like when people have coarse thick hair, you can cut it differently. But when it comes to wavers and soft hair, you want to be delicate. You want to cut into those waves as less as possible. But now I'm going in with my clipper no guard lever open. I'm just creating like an inch of that section there. And remember, guys, I told you I'm not going to go back and do the audio over. So if you hear me stumble upon my words, just go with the flow, guys. So now I'm going in again, cleaning up that area. And I know for this top area here, all I have to do is really go in with that 0 guard now, and it's going to clean up that area there. And I haven't really seen too many people use these exact steps on other videos. This is just a way that I came up with, that I found out that it would be, that it would be easy basically. But yeah, we going in with the 0 guard open. And we just scooping out that line slowly but surely. And as you gonna see, guys, the fade is coming together already. Now it look like his fade is slanted, but the way his like do-rag was tied, like his hair goes that way. So yeah, it's still blended pretty good though. You want to try to go with the hair of the wave pattern as much as possible. But yeah, I'm opening and closing that lever slowly but surely just to get that line out. Alright guys, so now we're going to just go in with that no guard lever opening and do some slight detailing. Well, as you can see, the fade is pretty much in. And once you put that line on it, it's going to really pop at that point. But right now we just cleaning up a couple dark areas we might see in the fade. But that thing blended good. You cannot lie. This is all you need. You don't have to spend 2 hours trying to fade. Just get it done. Follow those steps. We're gonna follow the same steps here. We're gonna set that guideline in, and then we're gonna debulk that area before we set any other guidelines. And this stops you from going up too high into the waves as well. That's why I like to set that those guidelines in after I debulk, so I can see like how the fade is going. And then I know, all right, if I can do a whole inch guideline, or if I want to maybe do a half an inch just so it can blend and it won't be stressed out, or I might need to stretch it out and do do a bigger no guard lever open. But I guess I saw some dark areas right now, so I'm just cleaning up just cleaning up the top area, just making sure all the hair is even. I must have noticed that it was uneven in some spots, so I just tried to go over. And guys, you want to be as detailed as possible. You don't want to half-ass nothing. Like if you half-ass, it's gonna show. I don't care what you do. You don't want to half-ass. You want to put your best foot forward, and that's how you're gonna get the best results. You don't want to skip too many steps at the end of the day. I'd rather spend more time on the cut and it come out good than I rush it. Oh, I did this 20, 30 minutes and it wasn't good. Now the client isn't coming back. But guys, I'm going in now with that 1.5 guard. I bring it down with a 2, but I always like take that 1.5 or a guard shorter than I bring the top down with on those side areas just to bring them down a little lower, and then I debulk with that same guard open then close. But that's the 1.5 guard. We debulking right now. And slowly but surely, while you debulk, you're gonna see the fade starts to come in. Now we going one guard open to close. And now I got an idea, okay, how high this fade gonna go up. But you see that first dark line, that it looks like a line, it's a suit, that's his wave. I don't really want to cut up into that. So I want to keep the fade under there. Now I see that. Now I know, okay, bet, don't go up too high. So now I'm going in with that one guard open, and I'm cleaning up the area, making it a little lighter. I bring that down just a little bit, but not too much where I took that out. And guys, you follow these steps here, I promise you, you're going to get great results. I'm explaining it as I go, so you can see exactly what I'm doing, how I'm positioning the clippers, how I'm combing the hair. You have to pay attention to all those details because all that matters. If you're not holding your clippers right and at the right angle, you're not going to cut the hair evenly. So after that one guard, now I say, okay, now I'm gonna set that 0 guard, no lever, that no guard lever open guideline in. You guys, if you cut hair, you know what this is. So if I'm stumbling upon my words, just know you know exactly what I'm trying to say. Now if you're a total stranger to this, this is the no guard lever open. You set this guideline in any fade you do. And I'm just cleaning up the beard area a little because you want to always fade into the beard. You don't want to leave that unless they request it. You want to fade at least that top area into the into the beard, because that's going to give it more of a professional look. When I see people with just straight sideburns at the top, I normally be like, oh, he must have cut that himself, or that's just not a professional look if you ask me. But yeah, I'm just blending that beard in a little. And as you can see, I did the lever guard. I did the lever open, no guard. And now I'm going to do the 0 guard just to detail the rest of that fade in. And that high temp is pretty much in after that. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm combing and just getting the rest of that line out. This is the easiest way to fade. I know how to fade every way, and this is the way that I always go back to, which I call the fading down technique. Now I didn't make that up, of course, but that's what it's called. You fading down. You want to go with and against the grain. Just make sure you're not going up too high. And that's how I set every fade in, guys. I'm definitely satisfied the way that back fade and that neck fade came out. And when I do this other side, the next fade, I'm gonna just speed the video up a little, just so we can get through that process a little faster, and we just not sitting here watching the same thing over. But I'm going to use the same steps. It's going to be um, two guard to debulk, because that's what I brung the top down with. And it's going to be 1.5 guard open to close, then 1, 0, and no guard. Same steps, open to close. But always just try to detail those little dark spots, because that's what's going to matter. That's what's going to be the difference of the fade looking nice and smooth, or it's gonna look like it have hiccups. Then I bring his mustache down with a 1.5. I usually do like whatever I bring the hair down with. That's what I bring the mustache down with. But he wanted to bring it down a little bit lower because the head it grow crazy, as you can see. But yeah, I'm bringing that mustache down, and then I'm gonna get into this left side fade here. And I'm bringing the edges down. His corners I like, but a lot of that hair is overhang, so I want to bring that down as low as possible. But I don't want his corners to like be exposed too much because of the way his hairline go. And as you can see, like his vertical bars are weak, but I'm gonna show you exactly what I do on the hairline as well. Yeah, but honestly, man, I'm gonna be, if not already, one of the best barbers in the world. Like I'm not even sizing it, because just think about it. I picked all this up in 2 years. Like the amount of clients that I have and the skill set that I picked up in 2 years, like humbly, like it's not normal. I understand that, and I seen that because when I was working in the shop, like it wasn't a lot of barbers that came in and just was skillful, and it was people come in like, I did this 15 years, I did this 20 years. Man, listen, they asked me how long I've been cutting. I'd be like, I've been cutting for a year at that time when I was in the shop. I'm like, for a year. They like, from like, hold on, I just started cutting. And the barbers that I started with, they all can vouch for, because they seen me when I came in there from till now. So that's why I said, like, this is my gift. So I'm gonna put everything I got into barbering. Like I'm trying to cover every angle that I can cover, whether it's YouTube, whether it's opening up a barber school. Like I told y'all, I'm in the works. I got some other things going on right now that I don't even want to talk about until I get that call that everything is, everything went through. So yeah, man, I'm gonna get barbering my all. So I'm a person that y'all can trust in, because I I really take this serious. Like it's not a joke for me. Like this barbering has helped me change my life in a sense. Like the day that the day that I started taking this serious, it's like I didn't have to worry about a lot of things that I was worrying about before. Like if you looking for something, if you lost and you waking up every day, you not sure what you want to do, and like you out doing the wrong things to get money and things like that. Like trust me, just pick these clippers up and just learn how to cut hair. It's almost like it's made for people that's really undecisive in what they want to do in life. Like once you pick these clippers up, trust me, it's like a magic power or something went into my body, and everything that I started doing from then on out just went perfect. It's crazy. But yeah, guys, I know I haven't said it yet, but if you made it this far, especially, make sure you please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Your support means a lot. When I log back into the YouTube and I see I got one, even two, or one even follower or subscriber, should I say, man, I be excited about y'all 1 or 2 people that I be getting. Like, I don't take it for granted at all. But I'm pretty much finishing up the fade on this side, and then we gonna go into the shape up. This video right here is kind of longer than my normal videos, but this my guy right here. He ain't have a cut in a while, and this was my last client. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Most of the videos when y'all see me recording, that's normally my last client of the day. Or cause my cuts are every 30 minutes unless you book like a special service. My cuts are 30 minutes, so off camera my cuts are 30 minutes. Everything that I'm doing in this video I do in 30 minutes without having to record and all that stuff. So yeah, I just take my time. It's my last cut. I take my time so I can try to give you guys, as much details as possible through through these YouTube videos. So I'm just taking my time doing these cut right here, and also having to deal with the camera and try to stand out the camera way, and all that takes up more time. So yeah. Now, guys, here you see me adding a little bit of foam and mousse to his waves to lay it down. But notice I'm only putting a light layer on because he have waves. If you put too much and make his hair start to curl up, you're gonna ruin the entire cut and you're gonna ruin their wave pattern. You're gonna turn their waves to curls if you don't put the right amount and just lay it down with the blow dry. And I use my glove like as a scully almost to push the hair down as I'm drying it. So you're gonna see his waves start to pop out like as I'm drying it. And after that, I'm gonna add, just use the alcohol, wipe his hairline down, then spray it with the holding spray. I'm gonna spray a little. I'm wiping him down with the alcohol now. And then I'm gonna spray the holding spray all over his head, not too much, but enough to lay all those extra frizzes down. You can just spray the holding spray on it, and it'll lay the frizz down instead of trying to like scalp over them with the clipper. Like that just take up extra unnecessary time. Just spray his whole head with the holding spray and use your glove to lay it down, and you don't have to do that process at the end. So you see how I'm spraying his whole head, but I'm not spraying like crazy, but I'm putting enough to cover his head. And when I dry it, you're gonna see his waves pop out even more. That's what you're trying to do, just lay his head down as much as you can. And now look, his waves just popping out. That's crazy. But you can see it's faded on both sides, and just anything that you see, just make sure you go back, and you might see a dark spot or two here and there. Just go back and just hit those spots at the end. But once you put that shape up on it, it's gonna really pop out and make your fades look even better. But you at least want to get them to the levels that they are here before you start to outline. Like I see some people like they shape up and then they go back and fade. Like I don't do that, because when you do that, it's like you shape it up, but after you fade it, you still have to go back and reline it up, because the hairs move when you start to cut hairs. So you might cut a piece and then might make a light spot, and then you gotta reline it up. So I always just shape up at the end. I don't shape up before I fade. But just make sure you drying it nice, and make sure you make sure it's nice and dry, and then you can go on and start to outline it. And then you gonna see these trimmers here. I know y'all see me talk about TPOB clippers a lot. That's because they new to me. Like, I just started using them. But honestly, these Instincts are still one of my favorite trimmers. Like, the way I have them set is just so perfect. And mine, as you can see, mine haven't blew up yet. So my Instincts are still one of my favorite trimmers. They nice and comfortable around the neck area. You see, he's light skinned, so one false move with the wrong trimmer, you can, scar him, and you can see he's not red at all. And you can see that I'm pressing down with the trimmer more than I usually would, and it's still not gonna cut him. Like, you have to learn how to set your trimmers. I made one video, just go down my videos and you will see where I showed you how to sharpen and set my blade. Make sure you go check that video out. I'm gonna post multiple of those videos, because it's like, you're not gonna get it, and I'm not gonna be able to put like everything in one video, but I tried to. But you gotta just keep doing it. Whatever I show you, don't think you're gonna get it the way I got it the first time if you're not like a professional already. It's gonna take you a few times to get it right. So don't just do it once and it don't look right, then you say, oh, I can't do it. Now you gotta keep practicing it. But yeah, you want to make sure your trim is set, because you could cut a client and they might not never come back. Like, I'm the type of person, I got some clients that I mean, everybody have cut a client before, let's be real. Like, that ain't, I'm not gonna say that's gonna make them leave you, but it does kind of ruin the cut when you got, when you got a cut. I'm sorry. It does kind of ruin the cut when you got a scar, on your hairline. But yeah, as you can see, man, these trimmers line up the neck, the face, the mustache, just like my other trimmers. You want to be able to use your trimmers anywhere. If they too sharp for the neck, honestly, they really too sharp for the head, because I didn't cut myself before, line myself up, and then like I didn't notice that I cut myself till like 3 or 4 days later when it became a scar. So if you don't want to use them on the neck area, man, don't even use them on a hairline. But you can see that neck fade is blended. Once you put that line on it, it just pops out. And this with no enhancements, no tricks, no camera tricks. This is pure, pure skill right here. And if you're not on this level, you can get on this level too, I promise you. Just follow the steps that I'm showing you. I'm showing you exactly what I do. I cut as less seams as possible, so you can see the full process. And when I get to his hairline, you guys want to see it's a real tricky hairline, but I'll show you once we get there. Yeah, but you want to comb over it and go over it multiple times. Don't just do it once, because when they go to brush it or their hair start to move, then the shape up not going to look sharp no more. You want that shape up to look sharp at least like 4 or 5 days, to have a good haircut. And if you get your haircut, you like, man, this should only last 2 days, or the next day it's gone, because they not brushing your hair and putting your hair in place first. But again, man, I'm just satisfied with this overall cut. If you satisfied with what you're seeing, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I would definitely appreciate it. We trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if we can get to 1,000, we can start getting some motion going. But I'm going to keep the videos coming regardless, just for the people that has already subscribed and showing support. So don't worry, we going to keep the videos coming. Alright, y'all, so y'all can see I'm starting in the middle as always, but it's like his corners like stretch out in the back, like they stretch out, so it's like I gotta kind of like push it back a little bit in the middle to get the size, but you don't want to like dig into his side, like the light spots, you don't want to dig into them too much, right? But you don't want to like not cut anything, so you want to just get it to the point where you can see a line. Like, don't dig into it, but just take it up so to where you can get a line. And as you can see, this is regular speed. I'm showing you guys the regular speed because it's like you don't gotta do your shave up in 1 minute. Like, take your time, because that's like the most important part of the cut. You don't want to be trying to rush it to look sweet. Like, it took me a while to be able to just do cuts in 30 minutes. Everybody tell you I used to take an hour and a half minimum on a cut. People used to be laughing at me in the shop. Like, God damn, you taking forever, but I was just trying to get it right. Like, I want to get it. I didn't want nobody to leave on my chair and feel like, damn, this dude fucked me up. You feel me? Excuse my language, but yeah. Like, that's the most important part. So you see, like, it's not perfect right now, but I'm working my way to it, like inch by inch. Like, I know you see people on Instagram, they show you like no diddy 1 or 2 strokes and they got the hairline, but trust me, off the camera, they had to go back and like top the line and get it straight. It's very few hairlines you could just top through it one time and it just like, oh, that's perfect. Because you want to keep combing the hairs and going over it anyway, just so you can get all the you can get all the hairs that's hanging over. I'm sorry, I know I keep stuttering, but I told y'all I'm not gonna go back and do this voiceover because this video is too long for me to keep doing stuff over. But yeah, I'm still just working on this side here because this is high side, and as you can see, it's coming together. It's starting to look like, okay, alright, now I see his line. Now I'm gonna start to move it over a little bit more, but I gotta lift that side up a little bit just to get it even. And I'm just, cleaning up the canvas so I can see what I'm working with. And I don't want to push his line back too far because his line already kind of like stretching around. But as you can see, it's coming together. And I got that right side looking good. Now I'm gonna come back over to the light side and match that curve. And on your corners, when you get to that vertical bar, you have to make sure you angling your clippers the same on each side. Because one side it look like it's tilted down, then the other side it look like it's curved around. I know every barber know what I'm talking about. It's like, dude, it's like the corners will look uneven. That's because you're not angling the clipper the same way on each side. So make sure you're taking the same angle. And that's how you're going to get that vertical bar to appear straight. But like I said, I went back to that light side just to match it up with the other side a little bit more. But I'm not going to do too much because I don't want to push this line back too far. And plus, where it's light at, I'm gonna add a little enhancements right there too, so it's gonna look good once I finish. But yeah, just remember when it comes to the shape up or anything for that matter, just take your time, man. Don't rush. If you can't take clients every 30 minutes, just take them every hour until you get down to 30 minutes. But always give yourself enough time to be able to complete the cut in full. But you can see, man, the fade there, his waves popping. And I usually don't even use the trimmers on people's face. I just use a razor. I should have just used the trimmer to bring it down a little bit, but he like his beard full. He don't like when I bring it down, so I just use the razor to outline it. But I'm gonna add a little bit of enhancements before we get to his beard. I'm gonna enhance the shape up. And as you can see, you just set that card right in front of his hairline and press down on it so the spray can't the spray can't, go past the car. And you don't want to put too much because it's going to start to look freak. Like you see how much I put. I ain't put a whole lot. I just put enough. And I'm just spraying in like his light spots around the waves. And that's just make the cut look a little more fuller. And I'm just spraying in. I know it look like it's spraying a lot, but the way my spray is set, a lot don't come out. It just look like that on camera, but yeah, I make it so a lot can't come out. Like you'll get a better look on this side to how much it's actually spraying on there, even though, excuse me, it look like it's a lot. Just don't overspray it. You don't want to look like you colored it with a marker. You want it to stand out, but not, you don't want it to be too much. And right here, I'm just, spraying in those light spots that he had. And just adding a little bit right there so his line don't look like it's just standing there by itself. And you see where his light at, I'm just gonna fill that in with the spray. But yeah, guys, it's coming together, man. If I can do this, you can do this. If you still trying to, figure out your career and what you want to do, try this. Grab some clippers, man. Start cutting your son, your nephew, your head, somebody. Cut them. And keep doing it until you get it right. As you can see, man, his cut is really coming together. From where he started to now, yeah, we made a big difference. Now, guys, I normally don't even really add hair fibers because the spray that I use is water resistant. So I like to just use the spray, but the hair fibers are not water resistant, so that's why I really don't even use them. But to fill in like these lighter spots, it just looks better. And I only use it on the top line. I don't even put it on the side because it's pointless. Just put it on the front line and add a little holder spray there. And that will lock it in a little bit right there. So I'm showing y'all all my tricks. And now we're gonna just clean up that neck area, guys. Remember, those clippers are nice and soft, even under the neck. No dirty. It's nice and comfortable. And after we, line up under there, we gonna take the razor, line this bed up, hit the line up, and man, we out of here. Man, like always, if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. I definitely would appreciate it. I'm gonna let the video play on out from here, man. I appreciate all the support I've been getting so far. More support goes a long way. And yeah, man, I see you guys on the next one.
Again. The Peace of Harleys just want to let y'all know one thing, man. We come in peace, man. So y'all hoods keep it in peace, man. And ladies, y'all say this thing with me. Little mama, show me how you move it. X-rated house. Y'all already know what they about. He's free in the house. Y'all already know what they're about. And they got ice in the house.